What up, YouTube? Asian Persuasion here with my boy Boro and my boy Slim. Let's go. We're here with a day 2 duelist who made it with what?
Gren Maju.
And if you guys recognize this guy destroyed some guy on a feature match who was playing Lightsworn. So this is the Gren Maju guy right here. Alright, man, let's get into this.
I went 6-2-1 first day. Day 2, I won my first match and lost the last round. So sad, but it happens. I played 3 Gren Maju. Gotta play 3 because how else are you gonna win? And then the best cards to go along with Gren Maju: 3 Eater of Millions and 3 Pot of Desires. The only interesting thing that most people might not know is this can banish more than 5 cards from your extra deck.
Yeah.
Most Eater of Millions when they're played in other decks just take the 5 from their extra deck. This can do all 15. It can do 10. Whatever you want. You can even do from your hand or field.
Oh my gosh.
If you'd like. Just to, sometimes you need to get the little extra boost to get him up. So he gains 400 if you don't know. He gains 400 for each of my banished cards. So these guys just do the bulk of the banishing because they just banish so much.
They fuel the Gren Maju.
Yeah, fuel. They gotta fuel the fire.
Yeah.
And then we have 3 Pot of Duality. Mostly to find, these things. These are like your best cards in your deck. I do actually do a lot more special summoning in this deck than in my previous iteration. So this could get cut down to 2. But I really like it. It's just, it draws a card for you.
Yeah.
3 Gold Sark. I didn't play Necroface, which is very different than last year.
Yeah.
I just thought it was too slow. So many firewall decks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really work as well. So I always Necrofaced for usually, again, one of these 9, because these are the best 9 cards in the deck.
Yeah.
So if I had nothing, I'd go for Desires. If I had maybe some of the combo pieces already, I'd go for Maju. The unfortunate thing, if you Gold Sark Maju, is your opponent scoops before you get to attack, because it's coming, but that's whatever, right? And then Stall. You kind of have to run Stall because this deck is really slow. So I ran 3 Battle Fader, the only hand trap in the deck. 3 Threatening Roar, very good. I like it a little better than Swift Scarecrow. I played Swift Scarecrow last year. Scarecrow it's too easily stopped by like Called by the Grave, or they can sort of negate their own attack somehow, or if the Scarecrow doesn't negate the attack, it doesn't end the battle phase, and it's just sort of useless if that happens. And then the best stall card, 1 day apiece. This card is absolutely insane. Sorry, was that? This card is absolutely insane. Not only does it stall you for a turn, you draw a card, it replaces itself. And you don't really care what your opponent has. You kind of ignore what your opponent has. You're just trying to attack for a lot.
Yeah.
2 Call by the Grave. When I was playing and testing, my Desires got ashed like 30% of the time, so I wanted to do something to stop that. My Desires didn't even get ashed once today, which was very strange. Actually, I think it did get ashed once, but it didn't matter because I already had the Gren Maju.
It's too big
for
already.
game. Yeah, I didn't really need the cards. 2 Scapegoat. So this is also very different. Now that there are a lot better links out, Scapegoat can serve as like an alternate win condition if you don't want to OTK with Gren Maju, or can't.
Yeah.
Also, it doubles as a stall card.
It does.
Because you can just flip it and get 4 tokens. So it's one of the best cards in the deck. And then this was different from last year. I played 3 Fairy Tale Luna in the main.
Nice.
And a Snow to go along with it. So Luna can search any spellcaster with 1850. This card is great. Against Altergeists, you can summon it and then you can play spells again. Against any deck you can, so my deck didn't have a normal summon last year, and that was really hurting because I was like just throwing away.
Waiting for Gren Maju.
Yeah, I was just throwing away like a part of the game that, Yu-Gi-Oh! It gives you, right? You're allowed to normal summon.
Yeah.
And so this is just the best one because in normal summon, you can search a copy of it so you can normal summon again next turn, so you're not wasting your normal summon. And then to go along with Lunas, I played 4 Kaijus and a Slumber. It helps going second because I always blind second, even in a firewall format with no hand traps. So Luna, if you Kaiju your opponent, Luna has an effect where she can target a monster an opponent controls, and they either get both returned to the hand, or your opponent has to send a card with the same name from their deck or extra deck. Most people don't run these 2.
Generally.
Some people run these 2. This did get stopped once today, but it doesn't really matter because no one runs like 2 of the Kaijus. So she's a quick effect and it's once per turn, so I just do it on my opponent's turn anyway. So it really never got stopped. And and it's just broken. I've kaiju'd people like 6 times in a game in the slower matchups. Like the Sky Striker players, this is like so, like we played like 37-minute game, and I just kaiju, summon Luna, bounced, and wait a turn, and then until my Gren Maju got big enough.
Dang.
And this card is insane.
Yeah.
It searches a kaiju after it does its stuff too as well. I played 2 Pankratops in the main. It was okay. I don't really, it's like a fine card. It works well. I think it was a little better than Twin Twister because there was so many non-back row decks.
Yeah.
And then 3 evenly, line second, so I played 3 evenly.
Nice.
It was, you know, sometimes it just cheeses games for free,
sure.
so.
Is that 40 cards in the main?
40 cards main because you want to draw a Gren Maju, but you want to be consistent as possible.
Trying to see it.
Let's go extra deck real quick. So we have the Scapegoat stuff, and then the Nightmares, very good, and then Link Spider. So yeah, just good with Scapegoat. You can just win without Gren Maju by summoning this and attacking for game, so that's nice.
Yeah.
And then I played, for my other few links, I played these 2. Just in case you're under Gozen match, you can go into Link Spider, into Reaper Dawkus, into Yugioh, and out the Gozen match. It never occurred, but you know, it's good to have. Trisbania, it's good against back row decks. I summoned it once and it got striked. But funny story, got striked, and then I sent a Gren Maju, and he attacked, and then I won.
Did he kill himself?
He killed himself. So that was pretty funny.
When you hide the Gren Maju.
Life points matter.
It does.
Oh my god. And then the last 2 links, 1 Underclock, it just helps if you need to get, you know, they have a big monster, and then Pentastat. This card is for some of the decks. I never used it, but it's almost impossible to win if your opponent doesn't leave any monsters on the field for you to kaiju. It has something they can just special in defense, like a drones or something like a snow from the grave. So you need this so that you can just make it some of the Gren Maju attack, and no matter what they do, they still lose. So and then Seas, I played 2. I played a Dweller, which is very good. I made it once, it's very good. Trinidad Dragon, also very good, but never made it. You can just make it with the Luna and the Snow if you get a chance. And then the last card of the extra deck was the Fortress Dragon. Unfortunately, I didn't get to cheese any Sapper Dragon players with this card. It would have been really awesome though, but I didn't play against any Sapper Dragons. This is just, you know, if they go Infinity like crazy, I just stand my main, you know, take a whole board. This guy. That's it for the extra. Side 3 Soul Absorption. And then Arcana card for the deck. It's really good in time and also very good in slow matchups when your opponent's battle phases aren't doing more than like 5,000, because then this is worth almost 2 battle phases instead of like Threatening Roar or Battle Fader, which is only worth 1. It's also good in time.
So what's your highest light point total you got to?
I actually did not resolve this once.
You didn't?
All day. It got, the only time I was going to, it got Heavy Stormduster.
No!
I never drew it. I did want to draw it multiple times where I was like, please, I need to draw this card. Like it's like Trickstar or something in time, but it didn't happen, unfortunately.
Dang.
But, you know, you can get pretty high. You can get like 20,000, 30,000 easily. I played 1 Necroface. If you side in this, you want your Gold Sarks to be able to give you a lot of life points, so this is good. Also, this deck auto-loses to the FTK, which thankfully I only played 1 of. But you can try against the Goki or any Firewall deck to try to banish a Necroface with a Gold Sark and try to hit like a 1-of, like an Octostretch or something like that.
Or hit all their
that actually did happen, yeah, except they had a DDR to summon it back, which was like tragic, but whatever. Best card in the side deck. I played Macrocosmos. When you're either forced to go first or you want to go first, like against the Firewall decks, this just slows them down so much. They have to make Phoenix and they have to discard a card, so that's 3 banished cards. They're left with 2 in their hand. I wish I played Dimensional Fissure too. It's a regret. One of the few regrets. So I played Dark Hole Raigeki. I think I used Raigeki once. Dark Hole I'd probably cut for a D-Fissure. It's just good against non-meta decks, but it's all meta, so nothing really good. I played 2 Swift Scarecrow. This is for time and also the Thunder Dragon matchup. In the Thunder Dragon matchup, Threatening Roar is sort of worse because they can pop it in phase with is it Colossus? Titan? Yeah, Titan, one of the 2. So this is slightly better. It's also just good in time. You just put it. This deck does so well in time. Your opponent can never kill you, and then you just hit him once, and then you're win basically. 3 Shared Ride. If you're forced to go first, especially against like a Sky Striker, you just side 3 of these in. Or or if you think you're forced to go first.
Yeah.
And then 3 twin twister for back row decks. It was fine. Someone mind crushed me today, and I was able to do the whole twin twister discard thing.
Oh, nice.
That worked out well.
So shout outs you want to get, brother?
Shout outs, yeah, I came here with Bailey, Pablo, Carlos, and Jonathan. My girlfriend, she's always supporting me, and Yugi-Tube at UCI, awesome. And so thanks guys for having me on your channel.
Hey, no problem, man. Day 2 Gren Maju, man.
Hey, better than last year where I
Gren Maju is MVP, right?
Yeah, MVP. We're moving up in the world.
Moving up,
Next
man.
time, maybe top 32, who knows?
Hey, man, you're getting there. Well, congrats, man, and thanks for deck profile.
All right, thanks.